think the really important thing to understand about leadership is the role of a great leader is to empower people, not to control them. So one of the big mistakes people make when you hear people talking about leadership is they think it's all about power and control and being in charge. And actually, great leadership is about making sure that the people you work with and work for you feel that they have the confidence to do the things that matter to them. And that's really important if you're talking about change. Because if people own change, if they feel they're responsible for it, then they'll go at it far harder than if they feel it's something that's being done to them.
Okay, forming learning.
Oh, that's a really interesting question. I think for me, one of the things that's inspired me in the last few years was I spent some time in a city called Medellin, which is in Colombia. Now, Colombia is one of those Latin American countries which has got a really difficult past, where there's been a lot of gang culture, a lot of poverty. And this city has realized that if it's to have a future, it needs to skill up its people so that more and more of the workforce become attractive to major new tech businesses, so that major new tech businesses choose to put offices and factories and buildings in Medellin, which will allow the economy to grow. So what they've done is linked up to a number of major tech companies and put the most high-tech facilities in the schools in the toughest communities, and then drawn kids who wouldn't usually go to school into those facilities to teach them how to use that technology to tell their own stories. And that's created some real momentum. And as a result, Medellin is now the fastest growing new tech city in South America. For me, the major hurdles in transforming classroom practice lie in what teachers perceive they can and can't do. And so what we need to do is ensure that as a profession, teachers feel more confident to deliver the things that matter to them, to trust their own instincts, and to create a climate where they can actively research and try out the ideas they have with their students, rather than feeling that what they do is beyond their own control. So we have to create that climate where teachers are allowed to try stuff out for themselves, share those experiences, and co-develop practice together.
Classroom.
Do you know, it's the one thing I miss every day. It's funny, when you're a student, you can't wait to not be a student anymore. When you reach my age, you wish you could be a student again. But for me, everything I loved about learning happened when I was doing stuff, not when I was sitting in a classroom listening to somebody tell me stuff. I'd love to be a student again now, to be able to access new technology and to use that stuff as a tool for myself, to self-learn, to self-explore, to investigate the kind of passions and interests I had, and also to be able to be active in the learning process, not passive, not just sitting there listening to people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Brilliant. My pleasure.